Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Manolo action figure from the Book of Life Funko Legacy Collection. This is an interesting figure with some good points and some bad points, so let's just dive right on into how he stands, because he's got these little ankle joints that pivot down, but they only come up so high, which, I mean, it's cool that there's a joint, but what I need them to do is move up higher and not go down, because if you line up his legs at the knees and the thighs and make them straight, when he stands, well, he doesn't stand upright. And it'd be great if his ankle joints allowed him to lean forward more at the ankle, because to make him stand upright without falling over, you have to lean him at the waist, which doesn't really look that natural. So that's kind of a bummer. Or even if he had like a pivot at the waist there, like it looks like a ball joint, but it's a swivel. But if he could lean his torso back, that would help. In any case, going over the articulation really quickly, he's got single knee joint, actually sorry, double knee joint, the hinged ankles, the single hinge at the hips, a swivel at the waist, and then what gets interesting, at least in my opinion, is his like double elbow joint. They're like separate, but there's a joint and then another joint at the bicep and then the elbow. And it looks really cool when he brings them both forward like that. There's also a hinge at the shoulder that allows it to come forward and back fully, which is great, but it also can come up. But this one moves, this one's a little tight, but that's the range of motion you get. There's also a hinge at the base of the neck, like a swivel, and it's a ball joint inside his head, but the ball joint's really stiff. Like I feel like I'm going to break his head off. So some interesting stuff about this articulation. I mean, I wish the head could tilt a little, but I mean, I know it can, but I feel like I'm going to break mine. My only real problem with the articulation is if you wanted to bring his arm across his chest in any way to like hold the guitar, it's not going to happen. They only really come forward and out. There is, though, a swivel at the wrist, which is cool. I guess he can grip the guitar, but he can't actually, you know, pose it like he's playing it. The actual sculpting of this figure, though, is really cool. They did a great job, you know, translating Manolo into figure form, because, hell, they are figures in the actual movie. But, geez, the actual sculpting that went on here into, like, his shirt and, you know, just all the shoulder pieces here. You can see just the overall shape of it and the dimensions of it, and like the tiny little legs and the big broad chest. Looks good, but I mean, really take in the paint going on here. All the gold and the hearts and the yellow dots. All the surfaces that they've got, these little black clouds underneath his vest and the gold work. The tiny little stars that are painted on. And also these little curlicues that they sculpted into it. I mean, I think this is a really good looking figure. It's a really unique shape, and I'm really glad that Funko got the chance to make this figure. I hope over the years that it lasts, because I'm just nervous about its tiny feet and its big heavy chest. But taking a closer look at his head, I think they did a great job with the face for this figure. I like the way they handled his chin. His eyes look good. Man, they did a great job with his eyebrows, and his hair looks cool. Even the little like lines they used for his ears and the ponytail in the back. Really stoked about how this turned out. Now, the figure comes with a few accessories, including his guitar. It's made of like a soft, I think, of vinyl material, so be careful. It's a little bendy, especially with the little doohickeys on the end here. But the artwork on the guitar looks good. And he comes with two swords, and that's kind of a bummer for me, just because when they came out of the package, they looked like this. They're very wonky, which would be fine if they could attach to something on his back, like in the movie, but they don't. So if you want to use them, he will be holding them. And they do fit into his hand rather well. I mean, it's fine. Also comes with a figure stand, which I have yet to try out. So we'll see if this figure stand helps the figure stand up, or if he still has to lean forward. But I do like the shape of it. It's a good design. I like the eyeballs. The general paint on it, though, does seem a bit simple and not so clean to me. It looks like it's been paintbrushed, but whatever. A problem I had with this figure stand is while the right foot fit onto the peg rather well, the left peg didn't fit into the left hole that good. It's pretty tight. I don't know if the peg's too big or the hole in his foot's too small, but it just wouldn't go in. But even using just the one peg, it does help support the figure a bit. He still has to lean forward a little bit, but not as much. I may have complained that the figure cannot be posed to hold the guitar, but you know what? Putting all the accessories in his hand and posing him like this, I think he looks pretty cool. I don't think he really needs to hold the guitar. It looks good this way. And the figure looks good on its own terms. I think they did a great job with the paint. I think Funko did a great job achieving this character in an action figure form. My only complaint is I wish he could stand better, but the figure stand does help and does look pretty cool. Overall, I'm happy with this figure. Thanks for watching.